What about it, YouTube? Okay, I'm sorry I missed it, but just so happens that a couple months ago I did a video responding or giving my 2 cents on E. Michael Jones and Rabbi Dr. Brown. And Dr. Michael Brown calls himself a Messianic Jew, okay? Which is a contradiction in terms, you know. You might as well call yourself a Messianic Satanist or a Satanic Jew. Well, that would actually make sense, but see, and let's get into it, okay? Now, I'm so damn lazy when it comes to posting videos, but this one will have in the description a link, and I'll probably put it in the comments too, because I want it to be something that you can find easily. But there's something that you need to listen to, Rabbi Dr. Michael Brown, and it's Pilate's whole take on the crucifixion of Jesus. Okay, there's no better third party to give their take on the crucifixion than Pilate, Pontius Pilate, okay, the governor of Judea at the time of the killing of Christ. Okay, it's so powerful. Everyone should listen to it. And it'll explain to you, because using the Bible, okay, I suppose that you can just say, well, Pilate's anti-Semitic. But what you're going to find out, if you just will listen, Rabbi Dr. Michael Brown, what you're going to hear Pilate explain is the difference between the continents, as he puts it, of Jesus and these proud Jews that were against him. He explains the whole run-up and everything. He knew who Jesus was. He's not stupid. He sent sort of like spies out to see what Jesus was up to. He actually liked Jesus. He liked what Jesus had to say, thought of him as a peacemaker. Jesus came to him and talked to him in private at least one time. So you need to hear it. You need to hear it from Pilate. Okay? You need to hear Pilate explain how there was a spirit in the crowd that had taken over. I can't remember the word he uses, but it's like there's a specter or there's a presence of evil that just was in waves of the crowd chanting and demanding that Jesus be put to death. And when Jesus says, "Forgive them for they know not what they do," he was talking about the Romans. He was talking about how the Romans were forced into this position. Him and Pilate, you got to listen to this thing with Pilate. You know, if you ask me, Pilate is with Jesus in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, the Son of God, Jesus. Okay, because God's unknowable now. Okay, Jews, God's unknowable. Let's get that through your head. And the only way you know him, know of him and know him and his spirit, his nature, his law, okay, is through the Holy Spirit, A, and through his Son, Jesus Christ, B. That's what the Trinity is. God's unknowable. He allows you to know him through the Holy Spirit, A, through Jesus Christ, B. God's unknowable. You're not going to figure that out, okay? I'm sorry. You're just not going to figure that out, okay? But he's allowed you to know his nature of love through the Holy Spirit and kindness and charity and through his Son, Jesus Christ, okay? So, if you listen to what Pilate says, Jesus had all this continence. Jesus was hated by these proud Jews that he described would, sell their mother for, I can't remember, a peso or whatever it was that they had for money back then. I mean, you got to hear what Pilate says. Okay, Dr. Michael Jones? And this is the spiritual battle now. Okay? This is where, okay, think of it this way. Okay? There's people on the planet. This is before Jesus. There's people on the planet, and yes, there were some that were chosen, that were given a leg up with the law, okay, with the Holy Spirit, with the prophets. Okay, they were given a leg up to know who God was. And what did they do? Constantly screwed up, constantly went against what God said, constantly had to, be reprimanded and beat down and whatever. Okay, because they wouldn't listen. All right, but it was prophesied to them that, look, one day you'll have not just one leg up, you'll have two legs up, because I'm going to send my son to fulfill the law. And then you'll know me as a person. Okay? So, there's other people that don't have this leg up. Now, they're going to be judged on what they were given. Okay? So, don't worry about them. Don't worry that they didn't have the law. Don't worry that they weren't chosen. Don't worry that you're special Jews. The only thing you need to worry about is that you've been given a leg up, so now there's more responsibility that you have. That's all. But you won't even follow your old law. As Jesus pointed out, you perverted the old law and made it of none effect. You've made yourselves all proud, made excuses for all kinds of bad and evil behavior, made conditions and little, avenues of getting away with all kinds of evil and wickedness, and you know it. Especially if it's against someone who's not chosen, right? You don't count the Goyim as being human. So you can make your no-hide laws, and you can make whatever to control these animals, this livestock that God put here, no different than a mule for you to use. But that's the wickedness, Dr. Brown. And so Jesus is born. He fulfills the law. The proud Jews don't like it because they're no longer like special. Like, wait a minute, we were chosen. Hold up. The deal is, Jesus, if you were the Messiah that we wanted, then you would be patting us on the back of how cool we are that we're chosen, how wonderful we are that we strictly obeyed tradition, and how you're going to, conquer all of our enemies and reign as the king and peace, and that peace, there'll be peace on earth. So, we're not cool with that. If you would love Jews, okay, then you would understand that that's what brings peace on earth. But you have to love everyone. You can't be proud. You have to be forgiving. You can't say never forgive, never forget. Okay? So, please take the time to listen to what Pilate says, Rabbi Dr. Michael Brown, because this spiritual battle, when Jesus was born and the Jews who killed him, okay, they're the ones who rejected the Son of God. This is God revealing to you in flesh form himself, the closest you're going to get to this unknowable thing. Jesus is it. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Okay? Jesus is it. And so those that reject him, today, yesterday, doesn't matter. Those that reject him, okay, reject reason, reject logos, reject morality. They reject the natural order. They reject God, the one true God. Okay? So you can't be a Messianic Jew. You can't hold on to this stuff. There's no Jew, nothing, dude. Jew represents that thing that denies Jesus. So how could you be a Messianic Jew? And what does that mean? Why do you want to protect and make a special class and make apologies for this these doers of evil who reject Jesus and who are involved in every bad thing, dude. You know what, dude? Look behind every bad thing, and it's ran by Jews. The wickedness in the world is ran by Jews. You go back and look at everything. Look at abortion. Look at feminism. Look at gay marriage. Look at pornography. Al Goldstein. Well, Al Goldstein says this, Rabbi Dr. Michael Brown. He says, Jews run porn because we think Christ sucks, end quote. That's Al Goldstein. He says, so if I say Jews run porn, you call me an anti-Semite. If Al Goldstein says that, you give him a pass and you say, you know what, he's been picked on his whole life, leave him alone. It's sick, dude. It's sick. It's sick. You can't serve two masters, Rabbi Dr. Michael Brown. And you're going to find out, dude. You're going to find out that all of this carrying water for God's enemy isn't going to get you what you thought. Okay? You can't play both sides, dude. This is the spiritual battle. This, John 8:42-44, Jesus tells them, you've adopted Satan as your father. If God was your father, you would love me. Dude, if you love them, I've heard you also say this stuff that you shouldn't worry about them, coming to Jesus or whatever, and just play nice with them. Just, hey, hands off. You don't even need to think about it, worry about it, whatever you're going, just shh, shh, shh. Right? That's your whole message. Is just shh, 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 shh. Right? Don't say nothing. They could be as wicked as they want. Doesn't matter that they're Jewish. I mean, you want them to melt away, I guess, and just be some individual case that it has nothing to do with this overall. What about the Noahide laws, Dr. Michael Brown? Excuse me. What about the Noahide laws? Okay, so now I'm done ranting, and please take the time to listen to what Pilate says about these people. This is the spiritual battle, okay? If you claim to be a Jew, you claim to reject Jesus. By rejecting Jesus, you adopt Satan as your father. You cannot serve two masters. Example after example, bro. Jews, just like E. Michael Jones says, they've caused nothing but trouble and revolution and strife everywhere they've gone, all throughout history. They don't know any other way but to cause trouble. They won't accept others and integrate and get along, go along to get along, No, they want to be separate. They want to be troublemakers. They want to do underhanded crap. They want to talk about how they're smart. They're just conniving. I'm going to say it again. How about the little brat kid, who's always getting into stuff, always taking off when you're not looking, always playing with things that are dangerous that he knows he shouldn't touch? Is he smart? Trying to get other kids to get in trouble. Is he smart? Or is he just an asshole that needs his ass kicked? Pardon my French. So I don't see this IQ. No, they cheated everything. They cheated even at their SATs. It's all been come out, the whole everything, Kaplan, everything. It's just all a joke. That's how they dominate Harvard. I mean, it's a lie that they have all this smarts and that's how come they're in charge of stuff. Is that how come they're in charge of porn? Oh, wow, because you're so damn smart? Or is it because you're so damn wicked? And you need your ass kicked. Okay? It's not anti-Semite, dude. When somebody needs their butt kicked, is it what? Was it anti-child rearing when you want to spank somebody because they're getting into the barbecue and trying to light themselves on fire, and so you spank them on the ass to teach them that ain't cool? Or they're even worse. They're trying to light the barbecue so that somebody else catches on fire. Do you spank their ass? Or you say, oh, don't pick on the poor kids. The poor kids have just been so abused. Anyway, this video's ran on. Love you. Check it out. Rabbi Michael Brown. Pontius Pilate's, he's gonna, I mean, he's just gonna have to, like, you know, he's gonna have to take the win on this.